Is he crazy? On the car back to the unit, the sounds of people echoed endlessly. What are you doing, Min-jun? It seems like Sun Yoon-seo and you have some sort of relationship. That's right, when she checked her stats she just stared at you. What's wrong? Is there something right? Just telling us. Manold said, because she was a little angry at me, so I reduced my will to fight a little. After hearing this, everyone laughed like crazy. Angry, the look in her eyes at this moment is considered irritating. Then what did you do to Sun Yoon-seo, the hottest character of Division 104? How dare you do that to Sun Yoon-seo, my ideal type? Like you, Han Young is your ideal type. That's right, from today it's Sun Yoon-seo. These people in the car kept talking and asking, making Manold feel annoyed. Manold opened his mouth. That's not my ideal type. Hearing that, an angry guy said, what, this arrogant guy? So who is your ideal type? Lux. This strange name made everyone suspicious. Who is Lux? A girl group member. She is the #1 legendary beauty. You guys don't know who Lux is. That's right, they don't know because they're not from the other world. She is the person I like. Evening at the base area. Everyone seemed to have just finished eating. Give me the empty box. Hey, quickly clear it up. It's actually fried chicken. Hey everyone, eat a lot. The red-haired guy said, this is the first time I've seen the captain's lipstick like this. He seems to be in a very good mood. Eat a lot. Min-jun, it's thanks to you that I have this meal. You already have 3 lines. If you keep this up you will soon be promoted to captain. While everyone was talking, Manold was still chewing in his mouth. Suddenly there were footsteps coming in. The captain said, holding a case of beer, that team 2 should gather in the restroom now. After listening, everyone was surprised and didn't know what was going on. One guy asked, what's going on? The team leader said, yes, I'm on my way home after reporting the team party to the administration. For the reason of celebrating the team members' perfect score on the promotion test. These 2 guys immediately stared at the captain and asked, hey Lee Sung-ho, what are you doing? Is that beer? Isn't that telling you guys to just drink it? He immediately replied, this is the platoon leader promotion reward sent to Kim Min-jun, you unrelated people go out. And so the whole group left without missing a beat. I knew that name from the beginning, so as soon as Kim Min-jun transferred in, I was sure he would join the centipede team. The moon is so bright tonight. The military space is also quieter at night. Manold is walking alone again. He walks while paying attention to everything around him. Put his hand to his mouth and coughed. Appear. A vague figure appeared as Manold spoke. A purple ghost appears, but its appearance is otherwise very adorable. How are you? Manold asked. Looking at the thing in front of him, Manold thought, not long ago when I first summoned this kid, I was very confused because it was so different from my expectations, but on the contrary, thanks to it, I came up with a good idea. Now what I need is no longer an assassin like before in another world, so I have to give him a suitable role. That is to replace me, who is not free, to collect information. Manold said, hey, enough playing and focus, from now on you secretly move around. If you see someone with a high military rank, follow that person. Then listen for information about unusual phenomena and report to me immediately, especially situations suspected of having ghosts. After finishing speaking, the girl immediately reached out her hand, making Manold confused. No, already no. The magical energy passed from Minold's hand to that brat. Look at it quickly running away. Be careful, absolutely don't let anyone find out, you know. Manold squinted his eyebrows and thought, looking at that excited appearance of running away made me feel so uneasy. Now if anyone sees that kid and he is captured by the army, the situation will probably be chaotic. What are you doing here? The captain's voice rang out, startling Manold. Manold remained silent. Then he turned around and smiled, saying it had been a long time since he'd had a beer. Ha ha ha, so I went out to get some fresh air. The captain asked, is your alcohol tolerance weak? Manold scratched his head and replied, not really. Because black magicians basically don't get drunk, how dare Manold announce this in front of everyone? Whether it's poison or alcohol, you take turns drinking it so your body can detoxify itself at will. Congratulations on your promotion. Yes, thank you. But don't relax too much, keep your form like this. Yes, I understand, Manold replied. If you don't have a weak tolerance for alcohol, don't come in too late before everyone collapses. After saying that, he also walked away. Manold immediately breathed a sigh of relief after escaping one life. Luckily, he didn't see it. He'll have to be more careful in the future. Anyway, the more I look at him, the more he looks like a serious and genuine soldier. Even so, I don't hate that trait either. The moon has passed half of its life. The next day, in a narrow room, this guy is truly a genius, that genius. This test seems serious. We closely monitored these kids, but one of them got a perfect score. Yes, Soldier Kim Min-joon in this monster fighting ability test set a record of 4 seconds. Ha ha ha, this kid, Choi Sung-byom at the training center complimented you a lot, what did you do? It's more real than expected. Put the machine on the table, the same thing happened to the last time at the fuel depot that dealt with intermediate bats. Yes, Sergeant Kim Min-joon is confirmed to have been resolved first. In less than a month, he has already become a sergeant, and that promotion process is not normal, surpassing the qualifications at the training station. Maybe this kid is not as simple as I thought. Now it's only a matter of time before rumors spread to the military. If this continues, that side will also start paying attention to Kim Min-joon. General Seo was surprised and said, if it was that side, could it be that they were talking about the Hunter Special Operations Brigade? The battalion commander thought Sergeant Kim Min-joon had reached that level. Yes, that's what I mean. Up to now I have seen countless hunters, and among them there are also monsters that are now known as the Legends of the Hunter Corps. Now maybe a new monster will appear in the Hunter Army. Somewhere in the desert land. A man in a certain Hunter Corps. He is facing monsters. And even those formed from this particular soil and rock. There were so many of them and he was alone. Sharp fangs. Hungry eyes. And this guy's face showed a smile. That familiar stick with a nail head attached. Manold. In the room, looking at each person's appearance, it showed that they had drank quite a lot. Manold walked in holding a basket containing a few things. What caught his eye was the image of 2 drunk young men. Min-joon, the call caught Manold's attention. Are you okay? Manold smiled and replied, yes, I'm very sober. The other guy saw that and was stunned and said he drank so much alcohol. Hey. Wow, you're a monster. As soon as the room manager walked in, Manold immediately asked, is the hangover okay? Yes. This answer seems a bit incorrect with the look on his face. I'm sweating like this, so I'm fine. Manold looked at him and thought to himself, this guy is truly a military standard, that body is really cool. The manager asked, besides, have you been to the gym? Manold replied, I haven't tried it yet. The department head walked away and said, no need to pay attention, just use it as you like. Now you are also a sergeant, yes I know. Our unit's combat simulator is better, try using it once. This suggestion of his made Manold a little curious. And of course he didn't miss out on anything better. Gym number 2. Manold is standing in front of the door. His expression was very eager. He opened the door. As soon as he entered, he was surprised. Because of his unexpectedness, Manold approached an eyebrow. Let's see, how can this be used like this? On the screen there are types such as hunting dogs, monster rats, goblins or orcs to choose from for practice. And Manold chose orc. Next is to choose the desired quantity. Manold's smile appeared again. He pressed the number more and more. To the point where the system notifies, the maximum number has been exceeded, the maximum number that can be specified is 30. Well, it's been a while, so I was planning on playing big. Although I was a bit disappointed, he still continued to coach. Please set up weapons. There are also weapons, this is great. I've made all my choices, now. Manold installed the sensor. Started fighting. The image appears more and more clearly. The place the Manold was taken to was a desert area. He turned his head and glanced around. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. As soon as it started, the excitement in Manold's heart reached its peak. He shouted loudly, it was truly amazing. One child, one club solved. The hit felt okay. Manold rushed directly to the monster. Swish, 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 1 second to finish dealing with 3 more. Purr purr purr. Ha ha ha, it feels exactly like the real thing. Those guys all came up here. Pop. Die. Died again. All died before Manold's power. Complete the battle. Manold said sadly, it's a pity to have 30 children, it ended so quickly. Then he suddenly grinned, what if he did this? You chose 30 goblins, you chose 30 orcs. You chose 30 stone golems, you chose 30 lizards. And all. They. Already. Floor ready. It must be like that. This is truly monster hunting. The monsters are approaching. And Manold is of course very excited. It's already crowded, Manold said. The battle was about to begin, the lizards rushed in first. Then next is orc. The Manold's club head began to swing. Lovely kids. First hit, death. The second stroke is unbearable and no one can stand it and must die. Bang. A stick to the head. The goblin's toenails clawed at him, and the Manold lightly moved to the side to avoid it. And responded with a stick between the neck. Swish, rustle, 5 consecutive attacks solved in the blink of an eye. This area is currently only filled with the screams of monsters. Another one died. And the 120th one has also been resolved. Around Manold there was only blood and piles of corpses. Complete the battle. Manold put 2 fingers on the hat area. Complete simulation. Returning to real life, Manold held the sensor cap in his hand and smiled, quite crazy. This is something interesting after playing League. Activate rudimentary weapon engineering skills. What is this? Manold doesn't know what's going on. Primitive weapons techniques. Proficiency in primitive weapons increases significantly. It's not necessarily bad, right? I didn't expect to receive the weapon skill, but it was a piece of cake that fell from heaven. Even though I can't go to the dungeon, I can still get skills this way. Very good. I have to come here every day to play a new weapon skill. As soon as he finished speaking, there was something in front of Manold's eyes. A guy stood in front of Manold, but the strange thing was that his face was a bit scared. Oh, what's wrong? Manold opened his mouth. He pointed with a trembling finger and said, Sergeant Kim Min-jun, this is. His hand pointed to a board. Second battle simulation match results: kill 30 goblins, kill 30 orcs, kill 30 stone goblins, kill 30 lizards. Manold was also surprised that his results were showing up here. Both of them stood still for a moment. Then he opened his mouth. This was all destroyed by Sergeant Kim Min-jun alone. Manold didn't want to answer correctly because of him. As soon as he was confused, a name appeared in his mind: Private Lee Dong-jin. Manold's expression immediately changed. Manold said quietly, see me for a moment. The young man saw that and asked, are you planning to talk at the gym? Is there something wrong? What's going on? Of course. Practice for you. Was pushed into the gym by Manold. The young man just said helplessly, Sergeant Kim Min-jun, wait. What did you say before? It was a misunderstanding. I'm still drunk. It's okay. I'm sweating the better. And that of gym number 2 was again occupied. Just a moment later there were footsteps walking towards practice room number 2. He stood there. The other result still shows up. An incredulous expression appeared on Kim Guangshik's face. And then fear.